Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the daily market wrap. And today is November 1st, 2019. And this is sponsored by Positive Trends Research. Before we get started, just a quick reminder that, as always, everything we talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Okay, let's kind of see what's going on here. So with the SPX, right, the monthly chart again is working its way up off of the prior monthly hammer. So nice start to the month so far at all-time highs here, right? It's the close basically. So pretty impressive stuff. The weekly chart, goodness, we were just looking at this a little bit earlier, right? We saw the move. It was like kind of like a small move, and then look at that big push into the end of the week here. So very, very impressive stuff there. Again, big move, big close, Marubozu bar on the daily chart, all-time highs, incredibly impressive. Buzz Killington, though, is we have the channel, right, since 2018, and we're right at the top of the channel there. This is exactly our projected move of possible target. We're right. I mean, we're sitting like right in this range right here. So, what do we do? Well, we wait, right? We wait for price action to see if we can actually turn over here. If we start to turn, see how it did it last time? We gave it kind of a red bar, like kind of maybe a possible inside day, a little narrow range red day, and then it started to break down. Same here, it started to break down a little bit, right? Here, little red day, kind of started to break down again, but then it came back up, and then it pushed down. So a couple of different, kind of type of price action that we could look for on that. And again, it might start to break through it, and if it kind of comes up a little bit, pushes back and holds it just like any trend line, right? Could come back to its support and then really work its way up. So that is interesting to look at too. As for the price action today, it was basically 15 orb up at the open, came back, retested, then came again, and then of course a push into the close. Today, all about Apple as usual. All about Apple as usual. One second. All about up as usual. I mean, same thing, right? So we talked about the 30 orb earlier, 15 orb up, consolidation, and then up again. Very, very similar to the SPX. Other big things that happened today. BABA had earnings, right? So that's pretty significant, of course, with the any trade news. So this was a little bit tricky today, right? So what is the one thing that we look at? What we like to look at in our group is we like to make sure this pre-market box that we have a reasonable exit to look for certain strategies, right? So we stayed contained within all these pre-market levels here today, and it really just look at that, just kind of down, up, down, up, down, up, just really, really kind of consolidated ranges there on BABA today. Other big ones that were in the news today, we had pins. Epic reversal today on pins, right? So 15 orb breakout on the reversal. Again, here's your pre-market levels right here. Gave you an inside bar, came back, retested, and then back up again. So very impressive on pins there. Facebook had a pretty major breakdown today at one point. Let's get that pulled up there. 15 orb breakdown at one point here, so you can see, bearish closed below the 15 orb, got below the pre-market levels, and then flushed down, right? So we could see that as well. Other ones of interest, ANET. Big earnings today, right? Massive down move, and then a bit of a reversal back out of there for the 15 orb, right? So inside 15 for the 15 orb break on that one. Other interesting stuff, we had Fitbit. Fitbit with a huge gap up today. Not a lot of action on it today after the buyout news from Google. But one of the things I did want to point out, one of our members recently requested this. We did have our, if you guys follow us on the nightly, this is exactly what we do, right? We have our downward trend line right here. We had a bullish close above it here, right? And another bullish close above it here, increased volume. And look at that, nice entry here on 1021, and then for a hold all the way up to here from from basically 421 to $7.34, $7 and some change. Really, really amazing stuff. So Fit was pretty big today too. So anyway, looking really interesting going into the weekend. It feels a little bit toppy. We are at the top of the channel there too. Anything can happen over the weekend news-wise. But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if if we don't get like some epic reversal, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of consolidation in some of these names. But again, stay tuned this weekend. We'll take a look at what type of inside weeks we have going on. We'll also be live on Sunday night on the free YouTube live stream, so be sure to subscribe here on YouTube and check us out live for that, and bring your chart requests, where we get a little bit more in depth and we start taking a look, at the market and what's going on, and we come up with game plan ideas, things like that. So hopefully you guys find all this helpful. I hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you soon.